What is up, guys? It is Robert of Gaming with Me, and welcome to my top 5 most anticipated games of 2022. Now, it's funny looking back at like my top most anticipated games of 2020 and 2021, and then seeing my final list, which I mean, 2021, I'm not even remotely semi-close to that. But as for 2020, there's definitely a big change in terms of what was I really anticipating compared to what I actually really enjoyed. And it's the same thing with 2021 for sure. I had Balan Wonderworld at that. Technically, I haven't played that game yet, so maybe I will end up loving it. But odds are I'm not gonna love it. But it's interesting. It's interesting. But then I did play stuff like Little Nightmares 2, which I thought was really great. That was really good. I don't know if I'll make a top 10 list, but it did make my top 5 most anticipated. And those are always different because since you're at the very beginning of the year, there's a lot of games that haven't been announced. You know, there has a lot of games that will yet to be announced and years and new games you never heard of. And it'd be like, oh, okay, then this would have been my top 5 most anticipated. But as of right now, these are my top 5 most anticipated games of 2022. Now, obviously, to be considered as a 2022 title, you have to at least have the year 2022. You might get delayed into 2023, that's fine. But you might, it's got to be 2022. Number 5 is Little Devil Inside. This game just looks cool. There's a lot of games that I watch trailers of that I don't quite know how it's going to play, but I want to play them because they look interesting, and this is one of them, Little Devil Inside. I don't 100% know how the game works, but I love the art style. I love that, it looks like this is, combat, but then there's also exploration, going along like this map, like on a train or something like that. Looks cool, looks like it could be fun, and it's just always looked interesting to me, that game. It was used to actually be a Wii U title and stuff like that, talking years ago. So to think that now it's here and it's going to be a, what is it? I think it's a PS5, PS4 console exclusive, it's also coming to PC, which I'll likely play it on there. But it's just funny that, it's been so long that game, and so finally it's coming out in 2022 apparently. We'll see. But it's early 2022 apparently, so we'll see. But I'm excited for Little Devil Inside. Could be cool. Number 4 is Stalker 2. Another game that I actually didn't even really, at least I didn't know it existed until I guess it was last year or maybe the year before when Microsoft had their conference for the Series X, I believe. I think that's what it was. And they showed off this game, and it looked super up my alley. It looked very much like the Metro games, which I really enjoy the Metro games. Metro 2033, I haven't played Last Light yet, but Exodus I loved. And those games are awesome as hell. Kind of a little bit of Fallout, which I really enjoyed Fallout 4. And this game just looks super up my alley. And I want to play this very, very much. I don't know if there's like a lot of multiplayer integrated and stuff, and maybe that's going to turn me off. I want more of a single player focused adventure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I never played the original Stalker. I've seen videos on it, I've seen all that type of stuff, and looks good. But Stalker 2, shit, looks out of this world, man. I really like how it just looks like almost, you got some of the creature type stuff, but then also these almost, I don't know, fantasy type elements, sci-fi type elements. It just, oh man, it looks super badass. Very much excited for that game. I hope it really is awesome, just as good as it looks. I know they had the whole controversy with the NFT stuff, but I'm not gonna not buy the game because they backpedaled anyway. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. They were trying something. They were gonna do something, and gamers didn't want it, but the game looks cool as fuck. I'm excited. Number 3. My third most anticipated game for 2022 is Splatoon 3. How can it not be? Splatoon 3, I love the franchise already. Splatoon 1 poured so many hours. Splatoon 2 didn't pour as many hours, but I love the single player and I love the multiplayer in general too, but also the Octo expansion was awesome. And it shows where they might be taking the series in terms of a single player adventure. And I'm excited as hell. I love the single player of Splatoons. The boss battles are creative. The music is amazing. The details, the lore that they do, all that shit just combines for an awesome package all the damn time. And of course, yeah, the multiplayer is addicting as hell. I'm excited to at least dive more into that again. But as for single player wise, it looks awesome. There's some post-apocalyptic type shit that I guess that were leading up from the last Splatfest of Splatoon 2. Dope as hell. I love that they continue and stuff like that. And I'm excited for, man, Splatoon 3. Hell's it? Splatoon 3. I'm there. I'm already there. I'm waiting. I'm at the game store. Where is it, Nintendo? Number 2 is a game that got delayed last year. That was actually my most anticipated game of last year. And the very same day, was it the same? I think it was the same day or the next day. It got delayed to this year. I mean, what the hell are the odds of that? Literally got delayed in January of last year. And that very day upload. So hopefully when I upload this video, nothing on my list gets delayed that same day. But that is Hogwarts Legacy. I love Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter, the Wizarding World. So good, Fantastic Beasts. Love all that shit, man. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And so, of course, seeing this more big budget game, you were able to be in this world of the Wizarding World and do shit. You know, to be fair, it's not like we know a ton about the game, but it's going to be some type of Hogwarts thing. And you're going to be a student there, and you're going to actually be a part of this world. And that just sounds fun within itself. It could have no story, nothing, but it could just be them releasing Hogwarts so you could just explore. And I'd be excited to play it. But the fact that there's going to be missions and, you know, story content and single player content that you're going to be going through using your magic spells. Yes, I'm there. I'm excited. I'm excited for the second year in a row. This is one of my most anticipated games of the year, so we'll see if I actually get to play it sometime within the year. I mean, to be fair, admittedly, when it comes out, I won't be playing it for probably another 6-7 months, but you get the point. And my number 1 most anticipated game of 2022, without a doubt, 100%, it is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Come on, man. Come on. I'm excited. I can't wait. Breath of the Wild is one of the greatest games of all time. For me, at least for me. And I love that game. I loved it so much, you know. I remember playing that during the weekend, ripping through it in a weekend, and playing like 50 hours in a weekend. And then after that, still putting in another 100-something hours into the game. Like, I love that game. That world, that open world that Nintendo crafted was unlike anything else. You know, just being able to climb and glide off of things made freedom at an all-time high in a video game. And the shrines, everything about that game is just masterclass in game design. And I can't wait to see what the hell they do with this sequel. That trailer alone where there's skydiving, now you're going to be able to explore the sky. I mean, come on. What the fuck, dude? It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fucking awesome. And I can't wait. I can't wait. It's, unfortunately, I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be, I know I always say, like, for me when I play games, I've been playing games in order. I buy a lot of games. If I'm semi-interested in you, I want to play the damn game. I want to play it. I don't want to miss out on it, because what if I end up loving that game? What if maybe I end up hating the game? But if I still want to experience what these developers have to make. And so I'm pretty behind on games, you could say. You know, I can't consider it behind. You know, I'm playing games within the year, but it's like, man, when Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, I may have to just take a vacation and say, fuck it, I gotta at least rip through this game, play a lot of it within a week time span, and then I'll go back to the other games. But then as I go back, it'll kind of be like Animal Crossing. I'll put in like a good half an hour of Breath of the Wild, you know, 2 when I'm done, and just explore the world for half an hour or something. May have to do something like that. I don't know, but I'm excited as hell for that game. You know, it's crazy. Again, these are my top 5 most anticipated games of 2022. It's definitely going to change as the year goes on. You know, E3, there's going to be new games announced. Nintendo likes to announce their games, at least lately, closer to release. So maybe if there's a new 3D Mario, that would actually maybe top the list, to be honest. But as for everything else, there's a lot of games I want to play anyway. I mean, I know some people might be like, oh my god, no Elden Ring? That's because I never finished a From Software game. I definitely am excited for that game. But I don't want to be like, oh my god, because I just have never finished. I've played Bloodborne and stuff like that, but I've never finished it yet. But I'm sure it's going to be an awesome game, and it's probably going to end up being on my top 10 list. You know what I'm saying? But when it's a different list. It's a different list. Most anticipated, it's top 10. Totally different list. But all right. I'll see you guys next time. What are your top 5 most anticipated games of this year? There's a lot coming out this year. A shit ton, man. These are my top 5 currently. Like I said, could totally change even tomorrow. Something gets announced tomorrow, but we'll see. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. All right. Yeah. All right. Bye. Good night. See you.
Trying to change perspective, superliminal, game left an impression. So here we go, with that piece of flow, pierce the ears and soul. I've been so fucking happy but still stuck in a rut. Mine has these fucking moments where it's stuck in the mud. Every month fearing the budget, uploading here just for nothing. No one to seriously love it, but